For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Archaeologists discover a mysterious 500-year-old artifact in Provadia. Scientists suggest that it may be a guardian spirit, though other opinions exist. A mysterious ceramic figure, dated to around 500 years old, was discovered by archaeologists during excavations at the salt production site in Provadia. This unique artifact, which has no known analogues, was found in the foundations of a late Chalcolithic house and is believed to have served as a guardian spirit for the ancient dwelling. At the site of the oldest salt production and urban center in Europe, Provadia Solnițata, a team of archaeologists has come across yet another enigmatic relic from the past. Very recently, during excavations, the researchers discovered a mysterious ceramic figure only 15 centimeters long. The artifact was found at the floor level of a late Chalcolithic house. According to the excavation director Akkad, Vasil Nikolov, it is an oval object, very strange. My impression is that it has 2 ears, 2 eyes, and looks angry. The find has been classified by archaeologist Mihaela Dimova as a peculiar ceramic anthropomorphic object, unlike anything she has ever seen. According to Akkad Nikolov, the figure is approximately 500 to 600 years old. Scientists remain puzzled by its purpose, as no parallels have been discovered. Last year, a similar object was found on the floor of the same house, though that one had been baked by the fire that destroyed the building. The newly found figure was placed in the foundation, leading archaeologists to believe it was most likely a construction sacrifice. I think it represents a guardian spirit, Akkad Nikolov suggests. He explains that in the ancient religious, mythological system, aside from the mother goddess and her consort, the bull god, there were many spirits. Every house, in the imagination of the ancients, had its own protective spirit, and in my view, this figure was placed in the foundation precisely to guard the house and its inhabitants. He adds, despite this hypothesis, the purpose of the object remains a mystery. Meanwhile, excavations at the site continue, and archaeologists are confident that more extraordinary prehistoric artifacts will be found. There are always finds. They become more and more interesting, says Mihaela Dimova. Another theory: extraterrestrials were mining salt in Provadia more than 6,000 years ago. This is the theory proposed by ufologists and other researchers who are convinced that visitors from other worlds have been coming to our planet since antiquity. Their reason for this belief is a strange mask found among the ancient rock salt mines. A terracotta mask made from local clay was discovered. The website Archaeology in Bulgaria reports that an archaeological group led by Prof. Vasil Nikolov uncovered the mysterious mask near the town of Provadia. In international media, The artifact has been compared to an extraterrestrial wearing a space suit. Indeed, the strange mask, combining both human and animal features, resembles an alien from a science fiction film. Excavations took place at the oldest salt production center in Europe, dated to the 4th millennium BC, which developed into the first prehistoric city on the continent. The site lies near modern-day Provadia and has been studied for years. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, archaeological work began later that summer, but the season turned out to be extremely successful, the website reports. A triangle, the ancient ceramic. Aeolian mask is triangular in shape. Archaeologists say it represents an anthropomorphic depiction of a human face. At its upper part, it has short projections resembling stylized ears. The object also has 2 small holes, likely used for hanging. The mask's eyes are elliptical, with carved eyebrows and a suggested nose. But this humanoid face has no trace of a mouth. It is assumed that the object was a symbol of high social status. Scholars believe the artifact dates to the Late Neolithic and was created around 4000 BC. There is also a hypothesis that this is not a face mask, but rather a figurine or amulet, because it is very small, worn on the chest, and related to the cult of the sun. Archaeologists note that part of the facial features were carved, while others were very carefully polished. Looking into the eyes of the mask, you can literally feel strength, superiority, wisdom. Interestingly, when you view the mask from different angles, you notice traces of emotion. Perhaps this was the intention of the creators who wanted to suggest something. In any case, this gem among our finds is truly unique, the discoverers say. Atlanteans, the archaeologists themselves claim they see no connection to an extraterrestrial civilization, but many ufologists believe the opposite. It is known that Provadia contains ancient remains dating back to the end of the last ice age, when the Black Sea was still a lake, and after the melt, its level rose and the ancient lake became a sea. By the time salt mining began in Provadia, the lake no longer existed, only the sea. According to some ufologists, a civilization comparable to the mythical Atlantis, or even the Atlanteans themselves, existed on our lands at that time. Some even say that the first human civilizations on the shores of the Black Sea lake later migrated southeast after the melting and the floods, possibly the biblical one, settling in Mesopotamia with help from extraterrestrials. Of course, most scholars reject this theory due to lack of concrete written evidence, and because it sounds more like fiction than reality. This does not stop ufologists from insisting that this scenario is very plausible and that the ancient gods were, in fact, extraterrestrials. Stone fortifications protected the salt mines. Researchers are astonished by the massive stone block walls that once rose high around the settlement near the Provadia saltworks, walls previously unknown in fortification systems. The settlement dates to around 4700 BC. The reason for its defensive walls is salt. The salt production center during the late prehistory, the time of the first European civilization, was extremely important because such a location existed only here. in an enormous area stretching from the Carpathians to the Aegean Sea and from the Black Sea to Bosnia. Salt extraction, being a strategic resource, was vital, and these people had to defend the production because salt was also the earliest form of money. Everything produced was hidden or stored behind the stone fortification walls, and salt was used for long-distance trade. Prof. Vasil Nikolov, head of the excavations, told BNR, "Studies show that the city was inhabited by around 350 people between 4700 and 4200 BC, about 1500 years before the emergence of ancient Greek civilization. Its rise and development were directly linked to the Morovo salt deposit on which it stands. Boiling brine in ceramic vessels is the earliest recorded use of this technology in Europe, making Provadia, Solnitsata, the oldest salt production center on the continent. Within the salt production zone, 4 evaporation installations have been identified so far, dating to the Late Neolithic and Late Chalcolithic, 5200–4200 BC. Scholars state that the oldest salt production center in Europe is also the first prehistoric urban center on the continent, 4700–4250 BC. It includes a production complex with ritual pits, an unfortified and later fortified settlement, a citadel, a ritual field, pit sanctuaried, necropolises, and an as-yet unexcavated ceramic production center. It covers an area of around 300 decares, 74 acres. Its origin and development are directly connected to the largest, and indeed the only, rock salt deposit in the Eastern Balkans, the Morovo salt deposit. Meanwhile, it has become clear that this salt production center is actually much older. This was shown by a study conducted in Glasgow, announced by excavation leader Cor. Mem. Vasil Nikolov, who presented some of the new discoveries to journalists. Prof. Nikolov explained that interesting ceramic vessels and other artifacts have been found. Along with the fortification systems, residential buildings have also been studied, including 2 houses.